What is up, Hollywood men fans? Get ready, because we're diving headfirst into the biggest stories that are shaking up the entertainment world. First up, the legendary Leonardo DiCaprio is making waves, not just on the big screen, but in the podcasting universe. He and his One Battle After Another co-star Benicio del Toro just dropped a bombshell interview on the wildly popular New Heights podcast, and let's just say, it's already breaking the internet. But the excitement doesn't stop there. Leonardo DiCaprio is also starring in the new action thriller One Battle After Another, a film he describes as a timely satire on today's polarized world. We're breaking down what makes this movie so controversial and why critics are raving. And in a surprising twist, we're also getting a deep dive into the intense and complex narrative of One Battle After Another, exploring its daring subversion and the explosive performances that are defining this cinematic event. You do not want to miss these stories. Make sure you're subscribed and hit that notification bell so you never miss an update. Leonardo DiCaprio and Benicio del Toro crashed the podcast party. This week, the podcasting world was absolutely buzzing as two titans of Hollywood, Leonardo DiCaprio and Benicio del Toro, joined brothers Jason and Travis Kelce on their massively popular New Heights podcast. This marks a significant moment, with DiCaprio himself calling it his first podcast, a claim that, while debated, highlights the immense star power he brought to the show. The Kelce brothers, known for their no-holds-barred and often hilarious approach to interviews, managed to secure an appearance from the Oscar-winning duo to discuss their upcoming film, One Battle After Another. The anticipation was palpable, especially after Travis Kelce humorously described their podcast as the most unprofessional podcast there has ever been. Despite this self-deprecating remark, the show has become a magnet for A-listers, recently boasting record-breaking views with Taylor Swift's appearance and welcoming guests like Shaquille O'Neal, Arnold Schwarzenegger, and Will Ferrell. Jason Kelce kicked off the segment with a powerful introduction, highlighting the combined accolades of his guests. "Ho baby, our guests today have between them 4 Golden Globe Awards, 2 Academy Awards. Their films have grossed almost $14 billion at the box office." DiCaprio and Del Toro were clearly impressed, with DiCaprio exclaiming, "That's an intro," and Del Toro agreeing, "That was an intro." The exchange even drew a comparison to the excitement of the WWF, showcasing the genuine rapport and enthusiasm between the hosts and their star-studded guests. The interview itself promises to be a deep dive into the minds of these cinematic legends, offering fans a unique glimpse into their creative process and personal insights. The fact that these Hollywood heavyweights chose New Heights for such a significant interview underscores the podcast's growing cultural influence and its ability to attract even the most elusive stars. Get ready for an exclusive look at the film everyone's talking about. But first, we've got the inside scoop on another major Hollywood player making headlines. DiCaprio tackles satire in One Battle After Another. Leonardo DiCaprio is stepping into the spotlight once again, this time to explain the intricate layers of his latest film, the action thriller One Battle After Another. DiCaprio describes the movie as a complex yet crucial piece of commentary on contemporary society, delving into themes of humanity and the pervasive polarization that defines our current world. I think it's probably because it's a complex thing to articulate, but at the heart of it, I think the movie's a lot to do with humanity. It's a lot to do with polarization in the world that we live in, extremism on both ends, DiCaprio explained. The film centers on Bob Ferguson, played by DiCaprio, and his wife Perfidia Beverly Hills, portrayed by singer Teyana Taylor. Together, they embark on daring humanitarian missions that are as emotionally charged as they are action-packed. DiCaprio emphasizes that the film is not about imposing political beliefs, but rather serves as a satire on both ends, making it particularly relevant for today's climate. The narrative takes a sharp turn when Perfidia disappears shortly after giving birth, forcing Bob to go off the grid and raise their child as a single parent. The stakes are raised dramatically when an enemy resurfaces 16 years later, setting Bob on a quest to rescue his kidnapped daughter. Directed by the acclaimed Paul Thomas Anderson, known for his distinctive filmmaking style, One Battle After Another has already garnered significant attention. Film critics have awarded it a remarkable 97% on Rotten Tomatoes, with much of the praise directed at Anderson's masterful direction and DiCaprio's compelling performance. The film's arrival in theaters is poised to spark conversation and debate, offering audiences a thought-provoking cinematic experience. But what happens when a film's ambitious themes lead to a surprisingly repetitive narrative? We're dissecting the critical reception and the unexpected challenges of one battle after another. Next. Beneath the surface, deconstructing one battle after another. While one battle after another aims for daring subversion, critics are pointing out a surprising paradox. It's both thrilling and, at times, a slog. The film, directed by Paul Thomas Anderson, is described as fast-paced yet repetitive, managing to adhere closely to the political instincts of its intended audience without ever venturing into uncomfortable territory. The initial 40 minutes, featuring Teyana Taylor as the revolutionary perfidia Beverly Hills and Leonardo DiCaprio as explosives expert Ghetto Pat, have been singled out as the film's strongest. This segment depicts the freeing of illegal immigrants from a detention center, an action that sets off a chain of events involving intense personal dynamics and escalating conflict. Perfidia's character is portrayed as a self-styled revolutionary, whose actions are driven by a complex mix of ideology and personal gratification, a nuance that Anderson explores through dynamic action sequences. However, the narrative momentum reportedly falters in the latter half, particularly in the extended back-and-forth concerning Willa Ferguson's lineage. Critics note that while the plot remains straightforward, the repetition in sequences, designed to drive home the action, can lead to a loss of impact. Anderson's directorial approach, characterized by meticulous staging, is seen as sometimes over-explaining the action, diminishing the element of surprise. Despite these criticisms, the performances are drawing praise. DiCaprio is noted for his comedic timing as the burnout revolutionary, and Sean Penn provides amusement as the rigid-call Stephen Lockjaw. Tony Goldwyn also adds charm as a representative of waspy power. The film's exploration of themes like social consciousness and political reaction, though sometimes didactic, is a core element that has sparked discussion about its relevance in contemporary America. The film's ambition to be a referendum on our times is clear, even if its execution proves to be a point of contention. From the complexities of cinematic satire to the electrifying world of sports podcasts, we're diving into another major interview that's got everyone talking. The Kelce's land, another blockbuster interview with DiCaprio and Del Toro. In a move that solidifies the New Heights podcast as a must-listen for A-list celebrities, brothers Jason and Travis Kelce have landed an interview with none other than Oscar-winning actor Leonardo DiCaprio and his one battle after another, co-star Benicio del Toro. This appearance is particularly noteworthy, as DiCaprio reportedly described it as his first podcast, underscoring the show's growing influence and appeal in the entertainment landscape. The Kelce brothers, renowned for their unique blend of humor and genuine curiosity, managed to coax the Hollywood heavyweights into an episode that promises to be a highlight of the podcasting year. Travis Kelce humorously characterized their show as the most unprofessional podcast there has ever been, a statement that belies the show's massive success and its ability to attract global superstars. Previous guests have included Taylor Swift, Shaquille O'Neal, Arnold Schwarzenegger, and Will Ferrell, each adding to the podcast's legendary status. Jason Kelce set the stage with an impressive introduction, highlighting the combined achievements of DiCaprio and Del Toro. Ho baby, our guests today have between them 4 Golden Globe Awards, 2 Academy Awards. Their films have grossed almost $14 billion at the box office. This acknowledgement of their immense talent and box office draw clearly resonated with the guests, who expressed their admiration for the host's interviewing skills. DiCaprio even likened the introduction to the excitement of the WWF, signaling a fun and engaging dynamic for the episode. While the full content of the interview remains under wraps, the teaser suggests an engaging conversation, with moments like DiCaprio adjusting his headphones to better hear Del Toro, and Travis encouraging them by saying, "Guys are pros already." The Kelce brothers' ability to create a comfortable yet captivating environment for such high-profile guests is a testament to their growing prowess as podcasters. This interview is sure to offer fans an unprecedented look into the lives and careers of two of Hollywood's most celebrated actors. And that's a wrap on this week's Hollywood headlines. Stay tuned for our lightning round recap and all the ways you can connect with us. What a whirlwind of Hollywood news. We saw Leonardo DiCaprio and Benicio del Toro make podcast history on new heights, discussed DiCaprio's satirical new film, One Battle After Another, and dove deep into the film's complex narrative and critical reception. Don't miss out on any of the action. Hit that like button, subscribe to Hollywood Men for all your entertainment updates, ring that notification bell so you're the first to know, and drop a comment below telling us your thoughts on these stories. Follow us on all social media platforms to stay connected. We'll see you next time.